You got to show them, the board, who the monster was. Tell them all the aspects of the monster. Not only tell them about the things that you got convicted of, tell them about the things that you didn't get caught for. Show them the monster, and then show them the man that you are today. And once they see that there's a complete contrast to who you was to who you are now, you'll get a date to come home because they'll see the difference. It's real, because it happened to me. I did 36 years.
So when you coach people on how to go to the board, what do you tell them?
I tell them to be their authentic self. Like, go into that person you was as a criminal. When you was gangbanging, you selling drugs, say, yeah, I was selling drugs. I wanted to get this money. I wanted to get this kind of car. I want to have women flocking to me. And so go into that. Say, man, I was carrying a gun because I was out there smacking my enemies. I was down there killing my enemies. They was my enemies. I was trained to be this gang member. I was trained to be this thug. And I lived that lifestyle. So you want to go hard and heavy on who you was. Don't try to candy coat it and water it down like, well, I was a gang member, but I just stood on the corner and I carried a gun, but I really didn't want to use it. And I shot him by mistake. I was just shooting in the air. Like, nah, tell them, say, man, I had this mindset and I was trying to knock people down. That was the lifestyle I lived. However, show them that you was the monster. Now show them that you the man now. Because when you come to prison, it'll turn you into something. But we was turned into something before we came to prison. That's how we came there. So you got to show them, the board, who the monster was. Tell them all the aspects of the monster. Not only tell them about the things that you got convicted of, tell them about the things that you didn't get caught for. Because you want to tell them, you want to be your authentic self. You want to be transparent. Say, yeah, I committed this crime, but I also committed other crimes. Also did other stuff that y'all don't even know about. I didn't get arrested for. And tell them that I'm no longer that person. Then show them the contrast. However, I was this person, but I'm this person. I'm the man now. Show them the monster, and then show them the man that you are today. And once they see that there's a complete contrast to who you was to who you are now, you'll get a date to come home because they'll see the difference. And that's going to show up in your paperwork. It's going to show up in your, they're going to see, oh, he was getting 115s all the way to this point, and now 5 years, he's not getting no more write-ups. They know how to read a C file, and they can profile you based on what they see on paper. But when they talk to you and interview you, they can see a changed person because they know how to read a C file. They can see what the monster did, and now they can see what the man did. And they see the man, he's not getting write-ups. He's getting good chronos. He's going to self-help groups. He's going to AA classes, NA classes. He's in college. And they say, we can take a chance on you. We can give you a date to go home because you've shown us a pattern of good behavior. Because we've seen a pattern of bad behavior, but address that bad behavior. Tell them why you was bad. Don't water it down. Say, I like making pruno, I like getting drunk because it was my escape. I'm not minimizing it. I'm not making no excuse, but I'm giving you a reason. There's a difference between giving somebody an excuse and giving somebody a reason. Excuse is minimizing. I'm gonna give you a reason why I got drunk. I'm gonna give you a reason why I was violent. It's because I felt inadequate or I felt like I needed a head change to get out of thinking a certain way. But yeah, tell that hard truth. Don't water it down. Don't candy coat nothing. They don't want candy coated because they look at it like, if you candy coat something, you're lying to us. You're not being truthful with us. You're not being truthful with yourself. Be truthful about who that ugly person was, and also be truthful about who the man or you are now. In doing so, you'll do yourself some justice, and they'll see the truth in you. They'll see the change in you, and they'll let you go home. It's real, because it happened to me. I did 36 years. I didn't have to do 36 years had I not straightened my act up and realized that it's better doing the right thing. I tried doing the wrong thing. I'm not good at it. I ain't good at being slick and greasy. I'm just not, it's unsustainable. You can't live a slick and greasy lifestyle and think that you're going to sustain that lifestyle without any kind of problems. But doing the right thing doing the right thing at all times with good intentions, you will always come out on the winning side of it. Always. And people are going to reach out to you. People are going to want to invest in you because you are a company, whether you know it or not. You hear people say, why are you always in my business? They don't even realize what they're saying because you are a business. Mind your own business. Watch the company you keep. Life is like a business. It's very transactional. Your signature, when you sign for something, you receive it. That's a business transaction. Like the president issued an executive order, he has to sign that to invoke that. So when you sign a document, you either waiving a right to something, or you invoking something, or you receiving something like a package. Life is transactional. Life is a business, and you got to run yourself as such. Otherwise, if you don't run your life like your own business, somebody else will try to run it for you. Either somebody that's got the handcuffs for you, or somebody in your community that want to manipulate you to do something bad. Somebody gonna run you. So it's better to just run yourself. Run yourself like a business. You're the CEO of it. And you want to have a good board of directors. Give yourself a direction when you kind of get lost. You want to go back to your way, board. Y'all think I should make this choice? Talk to your board of directors. And you want to have smart people that know more than you to be your board of directors. Because you're the president at the end of the day. You got the right to say, I'm going to go left or I'm going to go right. But it's good to have a good board of directors to run your life, because life is a business.
Woo. yo.
Manage a whole bunch of thugs, people that was killers. And I said, if I can manage these guys to sell my drugs and to not create problems with it, I can run a company, because people that slick and greasy, they gonna try to get over it. Any kind, he ain't gonna miss this. Let me go and tuck this 100. He ain't gonna miss it. Let me go and they'll try anything slick. But always the way I kind of ran a yard and ran my business, so to speak, with individuals that was criminally minded, is always incentivize them. You got that? That's you. Matter of fact, you need a girl? I got a little girlfriend for you. But I was being manipulative in my way of doing it, but I knew how to manage them because I knew what they like. You like the gold chain? I'll have my girl bring your gold chain. You want to wear a gold chain on the yard to make you feel important on the yard, to make you feel like you about that life? Here go gold chain. You want a girlfriend? I'll have my girl bring a little girl up for you. So we in the business, we eating chicken, hanging out with girls. You want some drink? I know how to make drink. We make wine. We can party. So it's like, but I use these things to manipulate. But then when I change my thinking, I'm like, I can really have a company and do it legally with right people without the slick and greasy element in it, and just keep it authentic, keep it official. Like, because people like incentives. When you're working with a company, of course you want a bonus. If you're doing good work,
Right.
You earned that, So, but that's how I developed the concept like life is a business, like you got to have a business name. Your name is your name. Your face is your logo. Your purpose, that's something that you have to discover. I can't tell you what your purpose is. You got to get your purpose from in here and talk to God. God will tell you what you should do and follow that. If God say your purpose is to do what you do that, because if you try to do something else, it ain't gonna succeed. If you try to do it your way, you can get away a little bit, but if God ain't put it in your spirit to do it, don't do it, But that's something I had to develop on my own. Like, whatever God put in my spirit, I follow it. I don't question it because I tried it my way and it didn't work. It may have had some short-term gain on this side, but God was like, no, I'm gonna mess that up. You think you're gonna do that? I told you to do this. And I started listening to God. Hey, God, what you need me to do? Okay, I'm gonna do that. Oh, you want me to write that book? I'm gonna write the book. What else you want me to do? I'm always like, when I wake up in the morning, I don't just pray to like, God, give me this, give me. God, what you need me to do today? Even though I want stuff, but I'm like, I always ask God, use me for whatever purpose you need to use me for. And remember the Uber today? Mm-hmm. I didn't expect the Uber. I just expected some directions just to get here. And show me where. She's like, no, I'm gonna call an Uber for you. I was like, you do that for me? She's like, yeah. I was like, well, here go $20. Thank. I don't want your money. I knew God was doing it. Like, but it's happened to me so many times. Right. That's why I try to tell dudes, if you do everything with good intentions, God gonna open the door up for you. God gonna do what God do. It's gonna come from somebody though. God gonna use somebody to do something for you, but your intentions gotta be good. You can't mix it. You can't mix bad with good. It just don't go together. It's an energy behind it. Mm-hmm. It's an energy behind doing what's right. You know what I mean? And it took me a long time to realize that, because I did the wrong thing. I even tried to straddle. I tried to, let me do some good over here and let me go to the self-help group over here and try to mix it and try to fake it till I make it to get out, and I'm like, just can't do it. I refuse to do anything wrong. I just can't. Even if, I feel like as long as I do something with good intentions, and if it don't come out the way I thought it was, it's a lesson in it. But I gave it my best. And if it don't come out like I was like in a relationship with this one female, and I gave it my best. I even gave her 2 or 3 times, and she was trying to control me. And I was like, all due respect, this is not gonna work. I'm sorry, you're a lovely person. I have some challenges when it comes to manage. I can't deal with you. I didn't tell her I can't deal with you. I said my energy and my frequency, we're on a different frequency. I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I just said I need to work on myself a little more to be a little more sensitive to your needs, because at the end of the day, it's not about me. I've always looked at it like it's about the other person. Because when you get in a relationship, I realize like you got to be responsible for somebody's feelings. Mm-hmm. And to take on that responsibility, I don't have the capacity to be responsible for your feelings, because I need relationship counseling. I've always been in toxic relationships because I've always been like that thuggish kind of, she gonna do what I say, and that kind of mindset. But I'm out of that mindset, but I still need some counseling with knowing how to be a little more sensitive towards my partner, if I'm engaging in a relationship. I know what the 5 love language, I got the blueprint on how to help with the relationship, but I just never been in one, And this one particular female, she's beautiful, gorgeous, live in a nice little house out here in LA, drive a nice car, but her temperament is, she's just like, whoo, I'm just like, yeah, I ain't ready for that. I need to get myself together first before I can engage with somebody in a relationship level, because I don't want to do a woman a disservice. you get me and I ain't fix me, you know. I'm not perfect, but I know like I'm gonna seek mental health because I've been incarcerated 36 years. I'm not supposed to just jump in merge my company with somebody's company and mess their company up, or they mess up my company. Because when you get with somebody, that's a company merger. And that's like, I speak to that in my curriculum. Like when you date somebody, you get in a relationship with somebody, y'all doing a company merger. She's investing in you and you investing in her. You don't want to invest in somebody that's not good for your company. Why would you do that? And then you should pick your friends like you pick employees. Don't pick friends because they make you laugh. They can make you laugh, but then they can be stealing from you or trying to sleep with your girl. No, you're supposed to pick people like, not literally in the sense of employees, but you want to pick people to be your friends that can help bring value to you, to help bring value to your company, to help enhance your brand. You know, you'll be a fool to bring somebody in your company that's gonna steal from you and disrespect you, and you know what I mean? And but yes, it's crazy. And I was in prison. When I was in prison, I was telling guys, it was a group of guys, we used to sit down at the table and talk about real life stuff, not prison related stuff. Because my mind is always in society. Like, let's stop thinking about what's going on here. This is a very small world. I said, so we in a building. So I said, how many people you think in this building? And I was just head checking them to see where their mind was at. They said, about 200 men in this building. I say, if you had to build a company with the people in here, I said, can you pick 9 people that won't steal from you, that won't, now mind you, if you're running a company, a legitimate company, I ain't saying no criminal stuff, I'm saying a legitimate company. I said, can you find 9 people in this building of 200 people that won't steal from you, cheat the company, embezzle money from the company, that will do their job, that will show up on time? I said, pick 9. I said, let's look around. And I said, you go first. And he said, okay, I'll pick him. We go to church. He seems solid. And they start naming the ones. And they start getting to like 5 people. I said, you can't, out of 200 people, you can't pick 9? I said, that's sad. Because you know what? It says most of these guys in here not really rehabilitated. The recidivism rate is high because if you know, we live with these people every day. We see they walk, we see the way they talk, we see them go to work, we see them go to church and then do drug deals on the side. So we know our community. So if you can't pick 9 people out of 200 people, that's sad. That says that this place needs some really a rehabilitation something, because it's a sad commentary when you think like, I can't even pick 9 people to employ. If I had a legitimate company that I want to run, I can't pick 9 people that won't steal from me, that won't lie, that won't embezzle, that will show up to work on time, and like, and it's sad. Yeah. But when I was sharing this experience with these gentlemen, I was saying, I was telling them like, you got to run your life like a business. You got to be the best president of your company you can be, and you got to. I said it's very important, I think, to not deal with people, because I don't like that word, dealing with people and handling people. Because I feel like you handle a package. You deal a deck of cards. You don't deal with people. You manage yourself. Because people are going to be who they are. It's about managing yourself around these kind of people. You know, because some people are like, I need to deal with this person. I said, think about how that sounds. When you're dealing with somebody, how you going to deal with them? Put them in a headlock? Shake them up or sock them up? That's dealing with something. And when you handle somebody, think about it. When somebody says, I need to handle him. Handle your business. What do that mean? That just sound aggressive. Yeah, I'm going to handle him. I'm gonna handle her. That sounds like, what you gonna do? Tie her up? And nah, it ain't even about handling people. It ain't about dealing with people. This is about managing yourself, managing how you take that, how you engage with that person. Because if you manage yourself appropriately, they gonna be okay. If you say, well, you know what? I'm gonna manage myself and get myself out of that situation because I can't be in a relationship with this person because she got whatever going on, or I can't hang with this dude because he cool on this aspect, but he need to get his company together because his finances is he need a new treasurer. You know, he need a new treasurer, accountant, because he mismanages his money because he already want to borrow money from me. Right. You know, you need to get your company together. So, but I try to stay mindful of like, I try to put the way I manage myself like a business, because I look at it not in a literal sense, but just in a philosophical sense, you know, because like I said, life is transactional. We having a transaction right now. Right. It ain't dealing with dollars and cents, but it's transactional nonetheless, you know. So, and I create the transaction.
There's the energy here.
There's the energy here, you know.
Real, man.